risk that you must be aware of. So understand that risk is part of trading. And of course, past performance is not indicative of future results. And you alone are responsible for the trades that you make. So, Tom, let's do a little futures education tonight.
Well, Chuck, before I get started, I want to talk a little bit about the mindset that you really ought to work to have. It took me years to get it. And basically, you do your very best every day. And then at the end of the day, you say to yourself, well, what can I learn today about what I did? And you move on to the next day. And I think having that kind of attitude will help you weather the ups and downs of being a trader or investor, because this thing does move your way a lot, and it's thrilling when it does, and it moves against you a lot, and it's not too thrilling when it does that. But I know that for me, I have to stay balanced and always try to think about, okay, what's the downside of what I'm doing? Is it worth the risk that I'm taking? What are the odds of what I'm doing? And I know that a lot of people out there are getting started, and a lot of people have been doing it for a while, but it comes back down to the discipline of following that approach, okay? And I think that's it, okay? And that's it. And I think it's good because of that. All right, in my opinion, I saw this quote and I sent it to Adam. I said, this is pretty interesting. When the train leaves the station, it doesn't back up to let latecomers on. If it does, there's something wrong with the train. It says grain, but it should say train. But anyway, what I'm trying to say here is that I've been really talking about silver and gold. How many people heard me talk about silver and gold in the last 2 months, about how hot that market was and how there was a big potential there? Everybody heard me mention that fact? Okay. Well, we're in a cycle that silver and gold is moving a lot higher. Well, you'd have to be around me to know this. I usually try to highlight to people where I think the path of least resistance are on the tickers. And I've been doing that with silver and gold. In fact, I'm still long from last night, if you were here. And the reason I am is because it's going higher. How do I know it's going higher? Because the process says it's going higher. Okay. And that's just the process. And, I think that people, when you see a trend that's like this, you make 300, 500 real good, but there's thousands of dollars for you if you follow the process. And here's a little stat for you. I saw gold has not corrected since 2023, 10%. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. This whole rally has stayed within a 10% band of the highs. I thought that was pretty interesting. That had happened in about 40 something years. And these are kind of things that having the ability, to take advantage of that is what you got to do. And tonight's focus is the art of trading silver. I've told people for years I always like silver over gold. Well, now I think you see why. With the money that we've made through, and just we got a lot of new people here where they know I'm not just running off at the mouth. Tell me some of your gains that we can copy and show some of the new people that you've made trading silver. I want them to see it. Not only that, I like to see it myself. So if you made a nice silver trade based on our guidance and education, type that in here if you will. I'd like people to see that. Okay, not all, no, just an example. 150 bucks on silver, 12,000 in the last 2 weeks. John Randall, 90,000 by Frank in the last 65 days, 2,500 last night. Just give you an idea. So obviously, what we're teaching works, and we're able to, channel that to you, where you don't have to, watch a lot of stuff. That's pretty impressive to me. And if you educate yourself, there's a lot more to go, I believe, in this area. In fact, I told people today, I thought silver would try to make it to $75 by the end of the month, which is only 5 days. That's a pretty good pace. Maybe I'm a little over optimistic, but hey, if it goes to 72, I'll be just as happy. Okay. And but the art of trading silver, there's a lot of ways you can trade silver, and we're going to talk about that. First, you got to have the process, and here's the way my process works. It's simple. You don't hear me talking about moving averages. You don't hear me talking about MACD. You don't hear me talking about relative strength. You don't hear me talking about traditional Wall Street technical stuff. But here's what you do hear me talking about. I asked the question, where did silver open the month at? Well, it opened at $57. And now you ask the next question, how high was it in the first 3 days? $59.66. And then I asked the question, are we higher than that number tonight? Give me an answer for those that follow those two numbers with me all month. Yeah, we are higher, which means we are to be bullish. Now let's look at a monthly chart. Let's look at a monthly chart now, okay? I build charts before they form if you learn what I teach you. Wouldn't you rather know what that chart was going to look like by following the way the building blocks of that chart go, by learning our approach? I know I would, because if you used a building block approach that we use, you're going to be a lot better off. Okay. Now, whatever your experiences are, there's a lot of different ways to catch this kind of trend, but our way will catch it. And that's the good thing about it. That's a nice chart, isn't it? That's the hottest ticker on the planet, folks. You're looking at it. Bruce made 62% since he's been listening to me this year. There's 3 ways to play silver outside of the futures market. You can buy SLV shares. Anybody here ever traded SLV, the stock, ETF? Well, you've been paid if you've been long, because it closed at a record high today. How about buying SLV options, long calls or call spreads? Anybody ever done that? I know I have. How about selling premium with SLV options? You go out about 2 weeks and sell a put below the 5-day low. You can make money doing that strategy. There's so many ways to make money outside of the futures market, but it's a lot more fun to be able to make money with the futures market and that. Okay? 3 ways. That's just ideas. How many people, let's stop right here. Stop before you go. How many people are so worried they're going to buy at the top? How many people are worried about that, and that keeps you from getting into a market this strong? You're worried about it, right? Well, guess what? It's going to happen, but it might be at $75 or $80 when it does. That's part of the risk that you take when you trade. And that's the beautiful thing about it. Now, if you trade silver with future options, you do it on an SI, one wide debit. If you do that, that's the big contract. And I typically will start with a Delta 50 and sell the next strike up. Simple and straightforward when it sets up. And so let's go through this on a live option chain. Let's go look at it and see how much money we're talking about and what the potential is, okay? If silver's going higher, this is a good way to make money in futures. So let's go to an option chain and take a look. Now, Jonathan, you'll have to call out. Go out, not the first one expires, but the second one.
That is 36 days out, January 27th.
Got plenty of time. If I'm right, you got plenty of time. So what's a Delta 50 cost you?
Looks like marked at $4.08.
So that's about what, 20,000 for that?
Yeah.
Okay, and if you sell a dollar up, how much will they give you for the dollar up?
I'll give you about 350 or so, or well, it looks
So
like,
basically you got 50 cents of risk if you do it that way, right? And
yeah,
50
somewhere.
cents is about a $2,500 risk, right?
Yep.
Okay, and you're talking about a trade that's going to pay you on that 20, on that, your maximum pay would be another 50 cents. So you'd make 2,500 if it closes above the higher of the strike. That's one way to do it. Another way, go into the tightest strike you got,
A quarter wide or quarter point.
25 cents, right? So how much would you outlay on that?
10 cents. So what's that?
500 bucks.
Yep.
And how much could you make if you paid 10 cents? You could make 15 cents. Is that more more to your appetite for money? Yeah, that's the way to do it. You get it down to 500 bucks. Well, 500 bucks, Jonathan, you tell them how much they'd make if silver closed above, what is it, 71 and a quarter?
Yeah, 70 and a quarter.
How much is 750 on 500 percentage wise?
750 of profit divided by 500, 150%.
Anybody interested in learning how to do that? Yeah, that's what you can do. And it's not, and guess what? It would take a lot for that $500 option to go to zero before you recognize that the trade was over. Now, if you use limit orders, Peg, that's a great answer. Always use limit order on these options, okay? Always use limit orders on it. Okay, now I want to do something else. Jonathan, can you go to a chart and put an RSI on there? I want to do this for fun. Go put an RSI on a chart, okay? Why don't you use maybe a 30-minute chart or something like that and put an RSI.
Okay. I guess we can do that on Roadmap. We'll see. I don't ever use it on.
I don't either, but I just want to show people something.
Yeah, I think we got
Make a point.
It works. Let's see if we can get it to work the way we want it to. You have any preference on the settings of it?
What do they say?
The default on Roadmap here, it looks like it is 10 period.
10 period?
Yeah.
Cut it down to 5.
Okay. There's 5.
Okay. And you got on a 30-minute. What is it on a daily? Look at it on a daily. Can you do it on a daily?
Daily, let's get it back on the study window. There it is on the daily.
Yeah, where's it at? RSI what?
It's over 80.
Yeah, see, they teach from Wall Street that silver is overbought. Well, folks, now I want you to go back 10 days and you'll see it. You'll see it when it was at 90, right? Go back to 90. Go back a bit. But go back to the start of the rally, 90. Okay, right there, 90, right? Where was silver's price on that day? About $54 a share?
Yeah, looks like it.
And now where's it, Jonathan?
69.
I hope this picture I just painted you is to understand why a real trader doesn't use RSI. Because for years, I'd look at that RSI and say, man, I don't want to get in. It's overbought. I don't have to worry about that anymore because I have what's known, go to a 30-minute chart. And you ought to give everybody the white papers that showed up. We got a crowd here of people that's not used to being here. That's just one, David, that's just one of many. Moving averages are the same thing. All that stuff won't help you make money. They look good, they sound good, and people explain markets. They go, oh, this market just broke the moving average. When I hear that, my blood boils when I hear stuff like that, because it doesn't mean anything. It broke the moving average. What it does mean is they're not using the DTI approach. And I frown on that because I know the DTI approach works. A little biased, I admit it, but it works. How do I know it works, Jonathan? What are we about 82% accurate with what I do? I'd say at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what the point I'm trying to make, folks. Let us teach you how to make money here at DTI. All right. I wanted to cover any questions about trading silver, because I got some slides I want to do. And then at 9 o'clock tonight, in this Futures First program, I'm going to put a trade out, not only on silver, but also on the micro event. And we got lessons that I've taught people to do that. But if you want to join me for the next year, it's called Futures Plus Education. We meet every Monday night at 7, okay? And Roger, you came down, I think because of that trade there, the 3-step I taught you, came down here and spent 3 days with me individually, didn't you? That was a great trade. I remember it today. I don't remember a lot of my trades, but I remember that one. All right. Thank you, Roger, for writing those kind words. Now, I've been trading futures for 40 years. I tell you, I learned what I learned from the School of Hard Knocks, making mistakes like a lot of you make, okay? No, Roger Sessions. He's out of Texas, a doctor out of there. Years ago, I helped bring the DAX to America. I'm proud of that achievement. Worked with the Eurex Exchange to do that. I was a key helper of the CBOE and CME back in the day, educating people about futures. So I got a little background. This was the real, what I would say, if you said, Tom, what's the most valuable thing you ever did or had as a futures trader, was I was one of 50 people out of Chicago that was hand selected to have a Globex terminal, which was the forerunner to electronic trading. Boy, that was something that brought me back, the Globex terminal. Taught me about trading 24 hours, round the clock. That's where it came from, my Globex days. Now, we meet every Monday night week. Let me ask the people as part of it, don't you like the fact that we have 52 lessons a year every Monday night at 7 on what market is you ought to learn about each week? Y'all like that? How we do it, then we tee it up at 9 o'clock at night? Yeah, everybody can be here. We record it where you can watch the education, but it's really a good working thing. A lot of people will tell you, if they were there in person with you, they'd say, everything Tom is saying tonight is true, verbatim. It works, and all you have to do is take and be part of it. That's up to you, though. Not up to me, it's up to you. David said, learning from me when it comes to futures has shown him how to grow his account, not only through futures, but through his stock side too, because I relate futures to stocks. In fact, I think everybody ought to have a futures account. That's a biased view also, but it's also helpful if the market's crashing. Bill said, longtime student of mine, said, I'm the guy. Bruce just said it will cost you money if you don't join. That's a good way to look at it, Bruce. It will cost people money. My pivot number each day keeps us on the right side of the market, whether it be long, short, or out. You got to have that pivot number. I got it for every market I trade. And here's a list of some of the classes we've taught so far. First, education on that first hour of the cash market. That happens at 9:30 in the morning. I gave people how to break that hour down. That alone is different than anything you'll get anywhere else in the world. Then how to trade the E-mini, the micro E-mini with options. Using futures to do trading with the E-mini. How to trade gold options. That's a timely subject, isn't it? I taught people how to get in gold at the right time in that 24-hour market and get what's called a free ride. How many people love that? I taught you about gold where you pay, say, $5 for a gold option, and then you end up holding the second one at no cost because you took your profit. Y'all like that free ride approach I gave people? I love it. All this is part of learning futures. Gold options. You gotta love gold options. E-mini, crude oil. Now, you've heard me say this, you've heard me in a general thing talk about crude. At the first of the year, you can forecast things out pretty accurately. At the first of the year this year, I told people crude would drop. My target would be $45. You know, crude's at $55. That's a heck of a cost, down 20%. So I taught people how to trade and take advantage of it. How to get income. Educate that lesson number 10 on silver futures. Gotta love that. Yeah, you can use that concept of free ride in other areas of options, even on the security side. We've done a lot of work putting this together, taking advantage of the knowledge of over the years. I'm very proud of what we teach, and it's ongoing. I love it. And what's even better than I love it, you love it, the people that are in it. Also, how about your platform? Does your broker teach you how to use your platform? Well, we do here. We have two that we support, Thinkorswim from Schwab and tastytrade are two platforms we use and we teach from. We got a couple tools here, MTI that we use. It's a scanner service. We use that for the futures also. And early month setups using software helps you out. Anything to lower your risk. Training happens on Monday night and at 9 o'clock tonight, we will get serious about making our Monday weekly trade. I'm ready if you are. All right, so the price of this is $2,500, but I offered it around Christmas time. I said, look, people need to join the future. So I told Adam, I said, go on and put it up tonight. If you want to take advantage of it, you can take advantage of it tonight. If you do, get signed up and join into our Telegram channel after 9 o'clock tonight. I got two trades I'll be talking about. This is your last chance offer. Easy to find the lessons, limited time. I got 5 master classes that you probably ought to watch if you join because they're on using Delta trading strategies. We did a lot of work there to make it simple and understandable. As Buck just said, don't let the train pull out without you tonight. I will teach you how this works, and we'll be together every Monday night and get your questions answered. Buck said he can't believe he paid $4,000 and everybody's getting it for 12. I'm sorry, Buck. You bought yours. You made plenty of money paying me that, but they'll make even more. Buck's a great student. Been with me a long time. Any questions for me? Roger says I should tell them they just might find that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Well, Roger, you're right about one thing, but in this case, pot of silver. Yeah, Jennifer, there is in the lessons. All you have to do is go in there to the lessons and review it. It's there. Just look at the lessons. Where do they access the lessons, Jonathan? Will you tell them, you type it, will you tell them how to do it?
Yeah, go to the Telegram channel. There's a message pinned at the top of the channel. You can't miss it. And when you click on that pinned message, it kind of zips you back in time to the original posting of the recording archive. You can click on the link there. So again, go to the Futures Plus Education Telegram channel. At the top of the channel is a pinned message. Click on the pinned message and it takes you back in time to the initial posting. And you can access the recording archive from that posting. And on the archive is a list of all the sessions that are labeled what the topic we covered was. Pretty clear.
Anybody that signs up, I want you to tell me you're going to sign up where I can write your name. I'd like to have a private conversation with you to give you an extra boost. So if you are going to join up under this offer, put your name and phone number in here, and I have Jonathan write it down, and I'll get a hold of you. We'll get a real plan together just for you. If you're signing up tonight, I'll do that to help you out. That way you know the lay of the land and how to make it benefit you, not me, but benefit you. How you like that one, Edwin? I didn't do that for you either, did I? Years ago. Been with me 15, 17 years. I'm getting mellow in my old age. Joanne's going to sign up. Joanne, put your name and number in there where I can see. John Randall, I'll be in touch. You got Joanne. We got two right there that I got to talk to. John signing up. Put his name or number. Hey, Mark, I'm definitely going to call you. Put your name in there for me. Put your number in there. I'll be glad to call you. We're going to get you having a great 2026. Mark Riga. Was that the guy's name in the Officer and the Gentleman? Mark Rieger? I don't know. Hello, Bruno. Good guy, old Bruno. I thought his name was Mark Rieger. Maybe I had it wrong. Traderland, if you want to sign up, I'll let you put down a deposit, put your name and phone number in there, and I'll have one of my people handle it that way. That goes for anybody who wants to sign up, okay? If you can't pony up for the whole thing, I'll be glad to do that tonight. It'll be my Christmas break for anybody that falls in that category. Gwendolyn, get started. Do I have anybody from sales here that can handle these people that need a little extra help? If not, we'll make sure to get the number tomorrow.
Hey, Tom, I'll just gather the names and numbers and dish them
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, do that if you don't mind. Well, folks, it's gonna be a big night. I got 2 big trades I'm gonna tell you about. Both Delta 10s. People in my training know what I'm talking about. I enjoyed you coming tonight. Thanks for giving us your time. Let's go make some money together. See everybody at 9 o'clock in the Telegram channel. Shoba for both the E-mini and silver tonight.